Hello.
Hello.
We are talking with Arvida Svenske from Stockholm, Sweden, the winner of three prizes actually in our recent international literary competition, the sixth edition. Arvida competed for three categories actually, for Romanian, even for French and English poetry, all three. Congratulations, Arvida. You won for English actually the first prize of excellence and then the first prize for the poetry in French and mentioned for the poetry in Romanian. But I was really amazed that you could write poetry in all three languages.
I'm amazed as well. It's my first poems in Romanian mostly, because I've written in Swedish, of course, and English. But it was very nice to have an opportunity to try out new languages as well. So I'm thankful for both the prizes, but also the opportunity to get to try out different languages.
Yes, thank you for choosing our competition and thank you for this incredible performance. Let's start with you telling us something about yourself and about your passion for writing.
So I'm from Stockholm, Sweden, and I grew up here as well. And I have always loved stories, and I loved reading as soon as I could read when I was like 5, 6. I also wanted to write and create my own stories. And it's both that I come from a home where we discuss a lot of books and literary things. But also that my parents owned a printing company. So I met the authors when I was a kid, and I didn't feel like they were something unattainable. I was like, you can dream to be an author. It's a thing. There were even poets there. And I saw a lot of poetry readings and stuff when I was a child. And gradually I began like writing hip hop songs when I was in the teens. And then gradually it became more and more poems. So I'm a journalist as well. And I also write prose, but poetry is my way of understanding life. So I write at least one poem a day. It's my way to construct my world. And it's also a great passion. And it's very fun. And it's very demanding sometimes, but it's also very rewarding. So
interesting. Yeah. Nice. Have published volumes of poetry?
Yes. In Swedish, it's a couple of them. The most recent one is in English. It's called The Caribbean Wind Polynesian Storm. And it's available on Amazon in most of the European countries, I think. I'm not sure about Romania, but I know it's available in like Italy and Poland and some other stuff. And that's my pandemic project. So when you were restricted during the pandemic, you had to travel by looking at videos and stuff like that. So I read a lot about the Caribbean and the Polynesian world. And I also discovered a lot of things about myself. So it's my discovery of transgenderness and also sort of world history and through the eyes of other civilizations than the white Christian one. I found a new way of writing, a new style. And it's still evolving, but I feel I've unlocked a new level of poetry within myself.
Nice. So you don't write too much prose?
I get into life and times when I do it. I've recently written a novel, which was refused, unfortunately, in Swedish. So I'm starting a new novel project now. And I also write some novelettes sometimes and try to keep the prose going. But mostly poetry is always going on. And prose is more like it comes and goes in a few projects now and then. But I love to write everything in different styles.
Nice. I would invite you now to read us some poems or a poem.
Right.
If you want, please.
Absolutely. Okay. So I will read my title poem from the Caribbean Wind Polynesian Storm. And it's called The Caribbean Wind. The first day I went out wearing a dress. Nothing special about that day. It was June and it was very soft. How the wind was playing with the fields. Took the same bus as I always do. Sat down on nearly the same seat. I thought I wore enough makeup to kill a bore with, but really it was just a thin layer, of foundation and some velvet lip gloss. I spoke to Saga on the phone and no one said anything. Not for, not against, you see. They probably thought of things you do when you tend to take the bus on a hot day in June 2019, line 171 to Lund. A ray of sunshine pierced the window as I sat in therapy. Then I remember how the wind, conspiratorial and satyr-like, sassy and almost flirting, whispered me my one true name. It said Arvida, pled Arvida, bled Arvida, spread Arvida, get fed Arvida, go ahead Arvida. I remember when I read Arvida. And I remember falling from the sky with a bird of steel from the USA, Miami, FLA, reaching Norman Manley International, November 2015, Kingston, Jamaica. I did not possess the language then, not the tools, nor the nuances, but that wind that was blowing then felt warm and caring, caressing, Caribbean. And I knew it when it came back. It was blowing softly that day in June when I went out in my pink silk dress, tasting a name that's true to me. Our guide at the Bob Marley Museum, he said of rain that it's like liquid sunshine. Who are we not to presume that everybody's gender fluid, that it is just different stadiums, faces, strings on a large harp, different stages of aggregation, sometimes frozen, sometimes steam, and sometimes just a human wave in Kingston Harbor, Caribbean. The wind's direction doesn't matter. Every ocean shares the water. The waves that fondle Port of Spain also caress the Baltic Sea.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Arvida, how did you find out about our competition?
Yeah, I believe it was a group on Facebook. I can't remember which one, but I saw the advertisement and then I was going originally only for the English poetry competition. But then I saw that you were also hosting it in Romanian and French, which seemed very impressive to me that people all over from Europe and everywhere were contributing. And then that inspired me to also write in French and Romanian. In those, I'm particularly proud of it's one of the poems in French is about my aunt and her infatuation with this French language, which has inspired me, and also it's a celebration of Amadou Mariam, which is one of my favorite artists, because they make French sound so beautiful. So that was a breakthrough for me in writing French. And of course, writing in Romanian was a breakthrough in itself, just trying out a new language. But it's a ghazal, which is an old verse form, in which I speak to Dracula, which is one of the poems as well. But I was that opened something new in me as well. It was fun to write. And also, I'm flirting with like contemporary Romanian topics, like Andrew Tate drives by in a Tesla while I speak to Dracula, and I mix up some names of some politicians, and it was fun to write at least. Yeah, hope it's fun to read too. Hope it's legible.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah, I found it interesting.
Sure.
I cannot say that I was fond of, but sure. I found it very interesting, and I was flattered by the fact that you tried to write poem in Romanian language, and that you, of course, learned something about Romania and Romanian language.
Yes, but that I do. I very much try to keep track of like the old Eastern Europe, as whatever that is, but like the Balkans, Romania, Bulgaria, and also way up to the West Slavic areas as well. I think that's a very interesting part of the world, and I try to keep up and do what I can to like read up on Romanian history and contemporary issues and stuff like that. And I will also double my efforts in becoming even better in the language, because it's a beautiful language and I like it.
Yes,
but my grammar is maybe not perfect yet, I guess.
Yeah, nice. Very, very flattering. I'm proud of it. Yeah. How did you consider the competition regarding the judgment, other competitors, maybe if you read them?
Yeah, I read some when the winners were announced. I think they were always very... It's just impressive that so many people in 3 different languages contribute. And I feel you've done a very good job with organizing it, because it's all these different categories. It's the actual celebration seemed like... I couldn't make it, unfortunately, but it seemed like a lot of things going on, a lot of like... it was a festival feeling, and I think that's still quite rare, maybe especially in Sweden, that when poetry should be celebrated in the same way that like music are celebrated in music festivals, and you should also mix poetry and music. That's I'm trying out right now some songs with some live bands. I like to try to see how poetry can be lifted by music and vice versa. To me, it was very, very good organized. I didn't go, as I said, but yeah, you must have done a great job to organize all of it. That was my feeling.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it was beautiful. Yes, it was a great event. The ceremony of giving the prizes and diplomas. It was impressive also to have so many competitors. You are invited not only to participate in our next competitions, but also to come in Romania. And
hopefully I will be able to make it. Yeah.
Enjoy the community maybe next year. What are your plans if we go back to you?
So my plans right now, I'm in Sweden and I recently moved. I am participating in the Swedish version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's coming out, when we speak, it's coming out in a week. So that earned me actually quite a bit of money. So I'm investing it in trying to make a European tour next year. Hopefully, to sell my book and like meet some poetry friends all over Europe and try to build a poetry career, hopefully, and have some fun along the way. So that's my plan right now.
Well, good luck and congratulations for this plan. In this respect, what can you think that the Festival for Arts can do more or better for poets or the writers in general?
One thing that struck me was that there was so many names it was nice to read all of them, but you had to scroll down quite a lot to find your poem, and maybe also follow up with an online community so we can like maybe you've already done that, I don't know because I wasn't there, but maybe some way of keeping in touch, like a forum or something, online forum, so we can keep in touch between the events. But otherwise, I mean, I think you do a very great job. From just I read up on the logistics of the festival, and it seemed that you thought about most of the things that I could think of, and it was just that I didn't have the opportunity to go, both morning-wise, but also planning-wise. But if I know it's coming next year, I hopefully can make it. But otherwise, just keep up the good work, I guess.
Thank you. It would be interesting to create a network. Would you share with us some final thoughts?
Some final thoughts. Maybe I could read one of the poems that was in the actual competition. This will say more than what I could say about politics or stuff like that. It's from a conference that we had concerning equal rights between genders. And we had it in April, and I wrote it here. And it was arranged together with gender equality organizations from Georgia, Moldova, and Armenia. It became a poem, like a memory of that conference. It's called This Body Will Stand Here. Call me Arvida. This is just a shell of flesh. Call me Armenia, call me Georgia, call me Moldova, or call me Transnistria, even call me South Ossetia. Raise decrepit Lenin statues on my skin. It's still my queendom within. I know what flags I'm flying. Come at me from the sublime port and the land of the uncullied flame at the very same time, and watch my hands not shake. There's a category in a tattoo competition, best healed. Let's make that the competition, but it's a team competition, and we are all in one same team. You have so much skin, but only so much skin. Much skin, but not all the skin. New flesh form around the scar tissue. Calm lake wields a deep bottom, and all the rivers lead to the ocean, eventually. In the unbridled power of river upon river I stand. I am stardust, but also flesh. Beating heart, resilient mind, non-violent but not compliant. Should this veil of flesh falter back into the earth, flowers shall grow, and they are in me, and that is eternity. This body will be standing here, brave, resilient, and scared.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is good closing words that I can imagine. It's a reminder that we have one thing in common, and it's humanity, and it's the human rights that we have to protect. And we share so much experiences of different things we have experienced in our lives, and we are much more than our differences. And we have to be strong and form strong communities in this troubled time, actually, because there's a lot of problematic politics rising. There's climate change. There's wars. There are a lot of things going on. So we need to be stronger and more resilient than ever. But we also have many ways to be that and be there for each other, whether we live in Romania or France or Moldova or Ukraine or Palestine. Or Sweden.
Or Sweden.
No, Sweden. Sweden is, we don't have so as bad, but we have a problematic government which is leaning more and more into the right, and they have support of former Nazis. So we also have our problems in Swedish politics, but the solution is the same for all of the earth, I think, to form strong alliances and sustainable communities, and to be aware of one's differences, but respect them and value them.
That's
my 5 cents. Yes.
Okay, so very nice meeting you, Arvida. As I said from the beginning, I'm proud to have you in our competition and to talk to you and to find out so many interesting and new things about you and ideas and people around the world.
Right. Thank you for having me. It was a great honor to be able to express myself in this context.
Let us keep in touch somehow.
Sure.
I wish you all the best and good luck in your endeavors.
Thanks. Same to you.
Thank you. All the best to you. Goodbye.
Same to you. Goodbye. Take care.
You too.